Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today I bring you this makeup look right here using a new eyeshadow palette from Sigma Beauty. Now this video is being sponsored by them, so thank you so much to Sigma Beauty for deciding to partner up with me in order to bring you this new collection. Now the new collection includes a brush set, a new eyeshadow palette, as well as 2 lip products. You can purchase this as a bundle or you can purchase them individually. The brush set includes 2 face brushes as well as 3 eye brushes. The eyeshadow palette comes with a full mirror, a dual-ended brush, and it includes 14 different eyeshadow shades. Half the palette consists of beautiful high pigmented matte shades and the other half these beautiful shimmers. And the lip products in this collection are a beautiful high shine lip gloss as well as a very comfortable liquid lipstick. Now you guys know how I feel about Sigma Beauty. I absolutely love their brushes. Some of the best quality brushes at the most affordable price points. They also guarantee them for 2 years. They're cruelty-free and they're vegan. Their eyeshadow palettes have been a hit, like one after the other, including this one, as you will see here soon. And everything else that I have, I cannot complain. Everything on my face right now is pretty much all Sigma. So you're going to see everything up close and personal. I'm going to show you how to recreate this entire look right here. The eye, I know it looks a little complicated, but it is super easy to recreate. The formula on these eyeshadows, it does all of the work for you. Super pigmented, easy to blend, so you don't necessarily need to be an expert or a pro or someone who does makeup on a regular basis in order to get a really beautiful look using this beautiful new palette of theirs. So I'll stop talking. Let's get right into this look. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on the eyes. I already took care of the brows. Super simple for today. That's kind of how I've been keeping them. It's just very simple. I don't really sculpt them as much anymore. I just fill them in a little bit with a little bit of powder, and then I apply a little bit of clear gel, keeps them in place, takes care of any of the sparse areas, and I'm good to go. Now for today's look, I'm thinking smoky, but make it springtime. You know, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm definitely going to be using this pink right here along with this one. I'm also going to be using the gold. Let's start with this. So we're going to start the look off with this brush up here. This is the medium sweeper brush. So of course, these 2 brushes, even though they're dual ended and they come in the palette, you can also purchase them individually. And I'm going to begin with the shade Street Style. Just packing my brush up with that. And I'm going to place this here along the outer V. I mean, look at that pigment. I was not expecting that. Holy cow, these are pigmented, which is awesome. So I always just start off by patting it on, and then I worry about the blending out afterward. I just really want to place the eyeshadow where I want it first, and then blend out the edges. Just makes it so much easier. Now I always make sure that I only take the deeper shade that I'm using here along the outer V. I only bring it to right under where my eye crease is. Then that way that gives me enough room to blend out the edges without ending up too high up by the brow. All right, so now that that one is down, I'm grabbing New Mod with the same brush. And this is what I'm going to use right above where we placed the previous eyeshadow. So it's going to be part of our transition shade. And so I'm just patting this here along the edge. Now the New Mod collection also includes this brush set, which is amazing. This brush is one of my all-time favorite foundation. It truly is. It's called the Multitasker brush. It is their F47 brush. I love this for everything. Not only do I use it all over the face for foundation, but you can also use it here for bronzer. I use it in order to contour. I use it sometimes in order to highlight. The shape is just perfect for the entire face. And I also really love this brush and this brush for blending, which is what I'm going to pull out next. Comes in this cute little bag, which is super spacious. So not only can you keep your brushes in here, but you can definitely carry this around for travel. I'm going to be taking a trip here soon, so this is absolutely going to be going with me. So I'm taking the medium tapered blending brush from the brush set. This is the F49, and check out the detail on these brushes. They have the gold glitter down here, and it slowly turns into rose gold. I love it. So I'm going to dip this brush into Sophisticated, and this is what I'm going to use in order to blend up here, like right above the crease. I really like this brush because it gets into the crease. So just taking it back and forth in windshield wiping motions. And next I'm going to combine New Mod with Sophisticated. And that's going to go along the crease just to bring some of that pink back a little bit and to deepen it a little bit. And the closer I get to the brow bone, the more I lay off of the pressure on the brush. And it's just kind of barely gliding by the time I get up here. Whereas down here, I just apply more pressure and it helps with the blending process. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to go back with Street Style, which is the one that we initiated this look with. And I'm taking a little bit of New Mod. And this I'm going to keep closer to my lash line and not bring it above the crease. All right, next with my finger, I'm taking the shade Glam, which is this beautiful gold. And I'm going to apply it here along the center of the lid, just overlapping with the outer color here and bringing it up to the crease, like that. All right, and next I'm going to take Posh with my finger, and this is going to go here along the inner corner of the mobile lid area and overlap with the gold. All right, next going back to our original brush, I think I want to deepen this look a little bit. So I'm going to grab Grunge from the palette and I'm going to place it here along the lash line and then bring it into the outer crease. And again, just patting it all into place before blending it out. And that way it keeps the deeper color where I need it. Now I'm taking the opposite side of the brush, and with this, we are going to go back into Street Style and have this blend into the deeper shade right here. I love the Sigma eyeshadows because they blend into one another so easily, seamlessly, super easy. You don't really have to work very hard for this. All right, and then I'm going to take the diffused blend brush. This is the E24 from the set, and I'm grabbing the shade Preppy. Now, this is really, really light, but I do want to blend this out up here by the brow bone without adding any additional color. Otherwise, it's really going to look like we're really close to the brow bone. Unless you like it that way, which is totally fine. But for me personally, I like to add a little bit of highlighter there instead of too much eyeshadow by the brow bone. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of Preppy and this brush and just blend out the edges. And this is going to blend out the edge without adding more color and just kind of diffuse it up here a little bit. Another thing you could do in order to not add more color and to keep everything from going up too high, let's say you did end up going a little bit too high, you could just grab a little bit of pressed powder, like something that matches your complexion, grab that with a brush, and then you can diffuse that way. And that way you're not really adding more color, you're just toning everything down. And I'm barely gliding this over the skin. And there you have it. And you can see the difference even between this side and this side. This side just looks a little bit more blended, more diffused, whereas over here, I really like the way that this looks also, but it just looks like it just kind of ends abruptly. Next, I'm using the Sigma Liquid Pen Eyeliner, and I'm only going to be applying a little bit right here. Next, I'm going to grab this small angle brush from the set, and I'm taking Grunge again with this. I'm just going to blend out that line into, kind of connect it into the eye look. I don't like how separated the wing line looks compared to everything else. I don't know, I want it to look a little bit more blended, and so I'm going to apply a little bit of this in order to try to diffuse it and connect it. All right, going back with our original brush, just connecting it a little bit more. Before applying lashes, let's go in with a little bit of mascara. That way they blend into the false lashes. And since I'm not going to be using a full strip, we need that. These are the lashes that I'm going to be using for today's look from Sigma. These are in the style Fantasy. I love how super wispy they are and how much they really add to the look. So I'm only going to be using half of the lash. So I'm going to cut it right in half. And this is what I will be working with here along the outer part of the eye. All right, so let's get these on. And just like that, look how much they add to the look, and it's just a little tiny strip. Don't let false lashes intimidate you just because you feel that you need the entire strip in order for them to really have like the same impact, because I was under that impression for a while, but as you can clearly see, you don't need the entire strip, and it makes a huge, huge difference. So the next step in this look is color correcting, and for that I'm going to be taking my Sigma color correcting duo. This one's in the shade medium to dark. I absolutely love this stuff. It does such a good job at neutralizing the darkness, and then you only go in with a little bit of concealer in order to completely conceal the under eye area. It neutralizes so well. So I'm going to take a little bit of both of the shades here. I've been combining the two, and I really love how they neutralize the under eye darkness. I mean, look at that. You cannot see anything through this. If you have an issue with your concealer perhaps not concealing as much as it should, then you may need to consider a color corrector, a good, solid color corrector, something that's going to even out your complexion so that it's not so deep underneath the eyes as far as the shade. And then you just go in with a little bit of a really nice full coverage concealer, and you're gonna actually see full coverage. Next comes foundation, and I'm going to show you just how beautiful this leaves your skin when applying foundation. This is the Multitasker brush. It is their F47 from the brush set. You can buy them individually as well. I really, really love this brush. Look at the uniqueness as far as the shape. It's very flat, but also angled, and it's super soft. So when I apply foundation, I use the flat surface. When I apply blush, I also use the flat surface. When I go in with contour, that's when I turn it around and I get a really nice like contour line right here. And it also blends out really nicely. So it not only contours, but you can also blend out with it. It truly is a multitasking brush. For concealer, I'm going to go with my Soft Blend Concealer brush. This is their F64. I really like it because of the shape. It's tapered, so it's more precise up here than it is down here. And because it is tapered, it's really nice underneath the eyes for blending it out and also for getting the inner corners. That's a spot that I always have a hard time with, okay? But with this one, it just makes it a lot easier because it just fits underneath the eye so perfectly. Just going in with this and blending. See what I mean? Right here. It's perfect. Perfect for the inner corner. And then I always go back with my multitasker brush in order to blend between the concealer and the foundation, just to make sure that it all looks nice and even. And I'm setting under the eye with the Skin Perfector brush. Again, super easy because of the shape. It just gets right underneath the eye. Doesn't disturb the makeup. It just sets it with your setting powder. All right, so the under eye area is set, ready to go. Let's go back into the palette in order to finish off the look. So I'm gonna take the original brush that we were using, the smaller side, and I'm dipping into Grunge. Okay, I know it's a little intense, but that's why we're only grabbing a little bit. We're going to tap off the excess, and we are simply going to pat this underneath the eye along the lower lash line. We're not dragging it back and forth quite yet because I just concealed my dark circles. And doing that would, it'd be all for nothing, honestly. All right, so now that that is in place, ready to go, I'm going to take a little bit of New Mod with the, what was this one? This is the diffused blend brush from the brush set. So a little bit of New Mod and a little bit of Sophisticated. And this is what I'm going to use to blend this under eye area. And the same rules apply under the eye. You can go back with something a little bit lighter if you feel like you've gone a little too far down, or maybe it's not blending right. And you can just scale it back a little bit with something lighter. All right, and finishing off the look with mascara on the lower lashes. Next, we're going to grab our multitasking brush once again. I'm taking the Sculpt Highlight and Contour Palette from Sigma, which looks like this. I'm going to take the shade Hollow, and I'm turning my brush around. So I'm not using this side, I'm using this side. I'm just going to dip into this a couple of times. And this is going to be my contour shade right here. And of course, with the other side, we can go ahead and blend it upward. Next, I'm taking Throw Shade with the multitasker brush, and this is going to be my bronzer since it's obviously a lot warmer than Hollow. And I'm going to take that with my flat side. I'm only doing it one time. Just one time. That's really all you need. And I'm going to go really slow, make sure that I overlap with my contour here. But I'm going to go a little bit higher. Next for blush, I'm using my blush cheek palette from Sigma, and I'm grabbing the powder blush brush from the kit. This is the F10. I'm going to grab a little bit of Spice with this brush, just a little tiny bit, and just sweep it across the cheek area. One thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with the powder brush and the Sculpt and Highlighter palette. I'm taking Poppin', which is this really pretty pearly pink. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of that here. And I'm also going to take a little bit of that with my diffused blend brush and place it here along the brow bone. Just a little bit. And the last thing that I'm going to do is liquid lipstick, and I think I might top it off with a little bit of gloss. The liquid lipstick is in the shade New Mod, which is this right here, and the gloss is in the shade Passionate. So starting off with the liquid lipstick. Ooh, I really, really like this color. Now let's top it off with the gloss. Oh yeah. All right, I like it. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this makeup tutorial and that you found it helpful. I really love filming these because I really get to get creative with this. And I also I love sharing my tips and tricks along the way, like just stuff that I've learned. I like giving it all to you guys so that you guys can try it and see if it works for you as well. So I really hope you found this helpful. Really hope you like this finished look. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to hang out with you guys. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.